Mr Speaker, this bill is one of the most important pieces of legislation that will be passed by this Parliament. It underpins what we are, what we do and what we eat. Although, listening to the last two speakers on the right-hand side of the House, you would wonder that the Chairman is going to retire from the House at the end of this term. He obviously was quite confused by the different opinions we've heard from down there. It has been, this bill, Mr Speaker, has been in the incubator for some 10 years now and has emerged in the last weeks of the 50th Parliament after much serious scrutiny by at least 3 ministers, a couple of select committees, many hundreds of submitters. Mr Speaker, I was involved in the local government sector at the time this bill was first mooted, and I'd have to say there was significant fear in the local government sector. There was, I wouldn't say fear is the right word, but there was definitely nervousness in the small food sector, in many of our voluntary organisations that were or contribute to our community in such a strong way and who use food as a mode of fundraising. There was also significant fear in the, or unrest, I guess would be a better term, in the Maori community around what this bill might mean for the country. So, Mr Speaker, I think it's a great tribute to the Ministers Kay, previous Minister Kate Wilkinson, the select committees and all those submitters that we now have what I think is a world-leading piece of legislation which will provide us with great security as we move forward. It also gives confidence to our communities that the food they buy and consume is safe. Food safety is all about safe and suitable food. It's about ensuring that our food is affordable, that the regime we have put in place has integrity and that that regime is enforceable. This is primarily why the bill could not include things such as country of origin labelling. They are complex and could well be expensive. Other matters which impacted on the bill's progress were the WPC incident and the consequent changes. Consequently, some changes were recommended as a result of that, primarily around recall processes, although on the whole that inquiry gave the bill even more credence as it found that further changes were not necessary and that the bill would in fact complete its objectives and achieve what we wanted it in New Zealand to achieve. Mr Speaker, this bill is very important to New Zealand and I look forward to it passing into law in a few minutes' time. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
I call Carol Beaumont.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. It is a pleasure to speak on what I